Hey guys, it's Jackson here from Titanic Games, and today we're going to continue on with the RPG game tutorial series, and we're going to fix up just a couple things from the previous tutorial, and then move on to some of the kind of attack animations and everything. So that should be kind of exciting. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. First thing, let's go into our Sword and Shield blend space. Okay, and we're actually going to take this idle normal, and we're just going to put it in all these other slots too. So we'll look for our idle underscore normal. We'll come back to kind of the turning later on, just because there's a couple extra things that you have to do, but it's not super important right now. So we'll just take the idle, like I said, pop it into all these other places, and we should be good. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're good to go. We can go back to our character. Okay, and now this is where the magic is going to happen. So basically what we're going to do, to allow these attacks to occur is we're going to use, some kind of key press, like the left mouse button, for example, to kind of fire off our attacks. All right. And we'll also do kind of the same thing for the weapon swapping and such, using an event, a key press to do it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go to the edit, project settings, and input, and we'll add some more action mappings. So we'll add two more. I'm going to call this, this first one here will be just attack, and then this one here will be, I guess, toggle weapon, because we'll use it to draw or sheath the weapon sort of thing. So for this attack, I'm going to use the left mouse button. For the toggle weapon, I really have no idea. I'll just use Q for now, because I don't think we're using that one. But again, you can use whatever works for you, whatever works for your game. And yeah, so we'll close that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple more variables. So we'll create one here, because we're going to be kind of doing sort of a, like I said, a combo attack kind of thing. So we need a way to, at least for that, we need a way to save the attacks. So we'll add a save attack variable, which will be just, ask us, should we, save this attack and kind of compound it, and go into the next combo. We'll add another one called is attacking. Okay, and then we'll add one more, and this will be called combo counter. Okay, and this one we want to change to an integer. Okay, so we've done that. Let's find some open space here, and basically we're going to add a couple custom events. Okay, so we'll right click, say custom event. This first one will be called reset combo. Okay, so whenever we reset our combo, we want to drag out and say set combo counter to 0. Then we want to say set, save attack to false. And then we're going to say set is attacking to false as well. So we're just going to make everything, false, just nullify it. Okay, then we're going to add a custom event once more, and this will be called save attack. Or I guess I can't name it the same thing, so we'll save combo attack. That's what we'll call it. And basically in this event, we're going to drag off and we're going to do a branch. And this branch is going to check if save attack is true. Okay, if it's true, then we're going to say set save attack to false. Now this will all kind of make some more sense in a little bit, because these are all going to be called from what's called an animation notify inside of some montages that we'll use for the attacks. Okay, so yeah, I'll get more to that later. So what we'll do now is we're going to use that attack button that we added. So we'll say attack, attack. So we'll use the input action event attack. Okay, now whenever we press it, what we want to do first is we want to do a branch that first checks if we even have the weapon, right? So rather than using has weapon attached, right, because later we're going to add in an ability to kind of sheath our weapon. We want to instead check if our weapon is sheathed. Okay, so if it's put away or not. Okay, so if it's not put away, meaning it's out and we have it equipped, right? So we'll drag off false for that and say branch. And this time we want to check if is attacking is true or false. Okay, so if we are not attacking, right, false, then we'll say set is attacking to true. Okay, But if we are attacking, then we're going to say, we're going to set this save attack to true. And so basically what that will do once we have everything working with the animation notifies is it'll say save attack is true, right? So then once the notify gets called, it'll call this event which will say, hey, this is true, right? So it'll come through, and then later we'll tell it to go to our next combo move. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. But basically off of this now, we're going to drag out and we're going to say switch on int. Okay, so we're going to do a switch on the int, and the int we want to do a switch on is our combo counter here. Okay. Alright, so now that we have the combo counter, you just need to now add a pin for however many combo moves you want. So I'm going to add 3 pins for the amount of combo moves. Okay, and I'm going to untick this default because I don't want it. Okay. File and save. So basically, off of each one of these, we're just going to play a montage. So I'm going to say get mesh. So we're going to get our skeletal mesh here, and I'm going to say get anim instance. Okay, and off of each of these, I'm going to say montage play. Okay, now before that, we need to drag off and set the combo counter to the next value. Okay, so it starts at 0, right? So this one is going to set it to 1. Okay, now the next one is going to set our combo counter here to 2. Oops, so we'll say 2. Okay, and then finally, this one will be set back to 0. Okay, so basically, if you have more combo moves, sorry for that. If you have more combo moves, you'll just keep on adding onto the combo until you get to the very last one, in which case you will say set it back to 0. Okay. So now again, off of each one of these, we're just going to do a montage play. Okay, hook this up like so. Plug the target in to the return value. Okay, I'll move it down here. Okay, and now all we need are just the animations to play. Okay, so we'll compile, save. Okay, I'm going to move this down a little bit. And I guess one last thing I want us to do is, just while I'm thinking of it, is we're going to go to this unequip, when we unuse an item, right? We've called this unequip. We're going to drag out, I'm going to say set has weapon sheathed to false. Okay, because we could potentially have the weapon sheathed, and if we unequip it, then we want to make sure we reset that variable. So that's just kind of a little thing there. Alright, so next let's go ahead and do the animations. Okay, so we'll go to our sword and shield folder here inside of our animations, and we're going to find some of those slash attacks. So first one I'm going to look for is the front hand. So we'll take this. If I open them, you see, here's what he's doing. Awesome, super cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to enable root motion on this guy. So I'm going to hit this enable root motion. Okay, and once we've done that, I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to say create anim montage. So we'll create it, and I'm going to rename this to combo_1 montage. Okay, so there it is. If we open it, you'll see here it is. Here it's playing. Okay, so we'll do the other two that we'll use right now. So let's look for the backhand one now. So we'll say backhand. Open this. Okay, again, I'm going to say enable root motion. So we'll use root motion on these kind of attacks. Okay, then I'll right click, create anim montage, say combo2 montage. Okay, and again, if you open it up, you should see it's nice, working well. All right, and then the very last one we'll use is this spin slash. Okay, this will be the last one that we'll use. So we'll say enable root motion again. So our character will move with the spin. So that's really what root motion does. Whatever movement that the root of your kind of actor has, that will be the motion that is applied to its location in the world. So we'll right click, create an anim montage for that, and we'll call this combo3 montage. Okay, So there's that. Again, open it and see that it works perfectly fine. Okay, so we have those set up. So let's go into our our character here, and we'll go set each of those. So for this first one, we'll say combo 1, combo 2, then combo 3. Okay, great. So we've got those set up. Now we actually need to make sure though that they work, right? That they work with our animations, or with our current animations, right? So if we were to play them right now, they wouldn't play. Our character might move, he might do something weird, but they won't actually play for us, or like have the desired effect. So what we'll do is we'll go to our mannequin, and we'll go into the animations, and go into the anim blueprint for our third-person character. Okay, so what we'll need to do is go to the anim graph. Okay, and if you ever can't find that, just go into the My Blueprint tab and click right here, and that'll open it for us, or for you. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to set some stuff up for not only making these animations work, but also for future stuff. So what we'll do is I'm going to rename this to, I guess, just kind of movement, maybe. I guess it doesn't really only have movement, but whatever. So I'll drag off, and we're going to say save cache pose. So we're going to save this into a pose that we will be able to, kind of layer in with other types of animations and such. So I'm going to call this just saved movement. Again, probably not the best name for things because there's more than just movement in here, but whatever. So now I'm going to right click, and we're going to say type saved movement. Okay, so we're going to use this cache pose now. And what we want to do is we want to do a layered blend per bone. Okay, so we're going to layer in some types of animations. Okay, the animations we want to layer in are again going to be put on top of, kind of layered into the movement here. So so we'll take our save movement mode, and we're going to type in default slot. Okay, so this will take kind of montages now that we can add to slots, and based on kind of what bone we blend between, the animation from the montage will play blending in with other animations that we have going on. So it's kind of a little hard to explain, but I mean, basically it works out nicely. It helps you blend animation montages. Okay, so we'll plug that in. Next, we just need to specify a bone to blend between, and you can do multiple bones. You don't just have to do one. But anyways, I'm going to click the layer setup 0 and add a new element. Okay, now for the name, I'm going to go to the skeleton tree, and we're going to find the spine 0. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the name there so I don't misspell it, because you got to make sure that it's spelled correctly. I'm going to select the layered bone here, and then just paste it, and there we go. So now animations, from montages that are in the default slot, they will layer in starting from the spine 1 bone and up. So basically our legs will continue to do whatever their movement is doing, but now anything above that will do whatever we tell it to through a montage. Okay, so now the other type of montage that we'll do is we'll drag off of here, and again we'll say default slot, and this will be where we'll add a new slot here which we'll call root motion, and basically with all of this movement moving into a slot, the slot will overpower kind of what goes on here. So we'll plug it in. Now if we compile and save, everything should be good. Alright, so lastly what we need to do then is go find those animation montages, open each one up, and you'll see here it has a default group, default slot. We're going to click this little magnifying glass, and we're going to add a new slot which we'll call root motion. Okay, so we'll save really quick, and then we'll click the drop down and select that root motion. Okay, so we'll do the same for the others. Okay, we'll select the root motion slot. Okay, then we'll go back to the graph. Okay, and we'll change this slot here to root motion. Okay, so we can compile and save. Let's just go out and save everything really quick. And now the very last thing that we need to do is add those notifies that will call the reset and save combo events. Okay, so to do that, we'll go back to our animation graph, go to the event graph, or excuse me, not the event graph yet. We need to go into each montage first. So we'll open up this first one, and we'll find the point where, we might want our player to be able to click. Okay, so, or I mean, like to click and have it, go to the next combo. Okay, so for example, if they come through, right, and they've clicked like by this point, okay, then we can right click, or not right click there rather, but go down to our notifies. We'll right click at that point. We'll add a new notify here, new notify, that we will call, save attack. Okay, so if they save their, if they click attack again by this point, we'll save their attack, and then it'll kind of come back through. And if they reach this point, maybe roughly here, then we'll right click, add a new notify that we'll call reset combo. Okay, and you can of course change these positions around to whatever will work for you, but this is just to kind of give you a general idea of how it'll work. Okay, so we've added those two. Let's go to the next combo. And we'll do the same kind of thing. So find the point where we want them to, stop by. So if they don't, do it by here, if they don't click again by here-ish, oops, what did I do? That's my bad. Got to go back here and redo this notify because I undid it like a fool. So I'm going to add that notify again. My apologies. Okay, so as I was mentioning, find the point where you want them to be able to move to the next combo by. So I'll say maybe right here. I'll right click, say add new notify, save attack. Okay, and then we'll reset it at this point if they haven't, reset by then. Okay, so we'll go to the last one. Okay, and this one we won't need to save the attack on, right? Because it's purely just resetting. So it'll go boom, right? I guess we could technically. So we'll say right there, we'll right click on the notify, add the save attack, and then if they don't by this point, then I guess we can say reset. That might cause a problem, so we might have to delete that, but I think it might work out as well. So we'll just go with it for now, and we'll adjust if we need to. So we'll save everything. Okay. And now, provided that everything is working, so we'll just run through really quick. When we, press our attack button, right, it's going to go through. It's going to go check if we have our weapon sheathed or not, right? If we don't, then it's going to, do this attacking. Okay, it's going to run through this combo. It's going to play the montage, and then in each montage, the montages will have to call these events. So let's set that up next. And then we'll move on to kind of sheathing and unsheathing, or I guess drawing weapons after that. So anyways, let's go to the third-person animation blueprint, go to the graph. Okay, and now since we've added those notifies, we can right-click and type in the notify that we added. So for example, we'll say save attack. So it'll add the notify. What we want to do is cast to our character, so ch_my character. Now for the object, we need to say get player character. Okay, so we'll get our player character. You could also use the try get pawn owner, that would work as well, but whatever. Then we'll drag off of our character here, and we will call the save combo attack function or event that we created. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we'll also right click and add the reset combo notify. Okay, and from that we'll do the same thing here, so we can just copy paste, plug this in, and drag out, and we'll say reset combo. Okay, so we'll reset the combo there. Okay, so now just to kind of test this out, I'm gonna set this weapon sheath to true just for now. We'll reset it, but basically in the next video we'll go over how to actually do the weapon equipping and unequipping kind of stuff, or sheathing and unsheathing. But for right now it might be okay. Oh, excuse me. Actually, I'm stupid here. Yeah, leave that. Leave it to false. Otherwise it won't work. And then the last thing, take this save combo attack. Okay, take right here and plug this into our switch. Okay, and that's the last thing that you should have to do. So yeah, again, make sure that's false. That's my apologies there. But if we press play now, Okay, and just trying this out without any weapons. You know, we press the left mouse button, we should attack, and then if we press it within the right amount of time, we'll go into the next, the next attack. So we'll do our little combo moves and everything, and that's awesome. Okay, so now, if you do it and you don't click it in time, right, then you'll just keep doing the same one. But if you click it within the right amount of time, then you'll just go into the next one. So, kind of cool, I think. But yeah, that's kind of the basics of doing that. As I mentioned, in the next video, we'll look at, doing the sheathing and drawing of weapons, and then just kind of further refining this behavior. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you liked the video, like or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.